Hi, I'm Marianna Anagnostou.
And I'm Ruby Schreiber. This year in our capstone class, Marianna and I have created a podcast named Amplifying Inequality. This podcast is intended to spread awareness about gender inequalities we face in high school. How does gender inequality affect school atmosphere and education, and how can we eliminate some of these inequalities that bully us?
For our experiential component, we decided to create a podcast with 4 episodes, one for each topic. Our 4 topics, sex education, menstrual allowances, sports, and representation, cover different aspects of life in which gender inequality is an issue. Unfortunately, due to our time being cut short, we didn't get to record our last podcast on representation.
Sex education in the early 1900s was a very taboo topic and was not taught in many high schools. Towards the 60s and 70s, religious conservatives in the South pushed for abstinence-based sex education to promote Christian values such as no premarital sex onto high schoolers. Today, only 24 states and the District of Columbia enforce sex education in high schools. We spoke with Ms. Martin, our Bullis health teacher, about her perspective on an ideal sex education curriculum. She indicated that having a more thorough and lengthy curriculum that would include more safe sex options as well as LGBT education would benefit the student body to be safe and healthy.
The availability of menstrual products is a huge global problem as well as a local issue. Statistically, girls are less likely to graduate from secondary school than boys due to lack of access to sanitary products. The tampon tax in the US is a sales tax on feminine hygiene products and is in place in 33 states, making it evident that the majority of the country sees these products as a luxury and not essential items. Lack of access to menstrual products has a huge effect on girls' education because they won't be able to concentrate in school out of worry that they are getting their period, risk bleeding through their clothes, and may be forced to miss class or school. Lastly, the stigma surrounding periods makes girls feel ashamed and want to hide their period, when in reality it is a natural thing and something all girls go through. For this podcast, we interviewed Nurse Dayoff, who told us about her decision to provide free menstrual hygiene products in the girls' bathrooms here. Title IX was passed in 1972 and had a huge impact on female participation in sports. Before Title IX, only 7% of high school students participating in sports were women. However, in 2015 to 2016, this percentage increased to 42%. Additionally, one of the most common issues faced by high school female athletes is attendance at games. Girls' sporting events are much less attended than boys' sporting events, and even in professional sports, only 6 to 8% of total media coverage is of women's sports. Because of low attendance, many girls feel as if their sport does not matter as much as the boys' sports do. Lastly, in the professional world, women get paid much lower than their male counterparts. For example, the women's national soccer team has now won the World Cup 4 times and taken home 4 Olympic gold medals, while the men's team has never won a world title. However, the United States Soccer Federation pays winning female soccer players only a fraction that it pays to the losing male players. Due to this inequality in salaries, many girls in high school and college may decide to quit their sport because they don't see any chance of it becoming a viable career to support themselves. For this podcast, we interviewed Coach Lloyd and 2 students, Olivia and Gus, who gave us their views on gender discrimination in sports.
Schools represent a microcosm of society. As students, we connect society with how our school is formatted and structured to represent what the world looks like. If male faculty members are consistently in higher paying jobs than females, students will understand and associate that that is how the world works. 77% of the teachers in the US are female, but only 52% of principals in the US are female. This disproportionate number represents the inequalities within the profession of education.
Ruby and I chose this project because we wanted to shed light on issues faced by many people in our community on a day-to-day basis. We wanted the Bullis students and staff to reflect harder on the way that they engage with their community. For me, the topic of gender inequality in general has always been an interest of mine, but focusing on high school specifically is especially meaningful because I have personal experience and knowledge. On a bigger scale, I chose this topic because it shocks me that women still face discrimination in 2020.
For me, I intend to choose a career that aids social inequalities that women and minorities face in this country, and this particular topic focused on that area of interest. Mariana and I have a shared passion for improving the social inequalities of our country and community, and we felt that this topic was a good stepping stone to do so. We thank you for watching our presentation and for your time.